Alright, good evening everybody. So in this video, I'm just going to demonstrate how to use MS Project to perform earned value analysis using exactly the same example as I already explained in the previous video. So this is just the schedule information that I copied through the Word document that I just explained. Alright, so now this is the cost. Basically, that's the budget for each activity. So, as I explained about the concept of earned value is about project tracking. So you actually need to update uh, your uh, your project information. All right. So first of all, we actually need to set the status date. So which is the end of day 7 since we start our project on May 1st. So the project status is going to be May 7th, 2020. All right. So then we're going to set a baseline. All right. So just click set baseline and hit OK. Now let's take a look at the baseline cost. So the baseline, you just type in baseline cost. So now the baseline has picked up the cost information from this cost column. All right. So next we actually need to update the percent complete. All right. So based on the information we have in this table, so I'm just going to type in this percent complete for those 4 activities. So 100% done, 100% done for B, and 100% done for C, and 40% done for activity C, activity D. All right. So now at this point, let's try to take a look at the BCWS. For BCWS, I think it makes sense. For BCWP is basically the budgeted cost times percent complete. So in this particular case, 200 times 100%, that's $200. 1,200 times 100%, 1,200. So $800 times 40%, that's $330. So that's fine. So now the next thing is, we actually need to update the cost information right over here. So probably a lot of students may wonder, why should we update this cost information? Again, project earned value is about project tracking. So this cost column is actually, you try to predict or estimate what is the cost for this particular work item when you're done with this project. So in the beginning, since we have not performed anything, we try to just estimate how much this particular item is going to cost, right? But now as we are performing the project and we already know a little bit of information or the performance of cost performance of our project. So this cost information, we actually need to update it to the estimate at completion. All right, so we need to update this cost column information as cost at completion. All right, so how should we get this the value, the updated value of this column? So as I already wrote in the earned value analysis instruction, so probably you guys already know, we get this column from the actual cost right over here, actual cost up to date divided by 100, divided by percent complete by this column. So for the first 3 items, since it's already 100% done, let's go back. So since this is already 100% done, so eventually your cost column information will be exactly the same as the value is right over here. But for activity D, since it's only 40% done, so you try to predict, okay, when this activity is 100% done, how much is that going to cost? All right, so 500 divided by 40%, so that's about, so that should be $1,250 for this activity D. So let's go back and update our cost information. So
here's what's new.
All right,
It's FM.
Alexa, stop. All right, now let's go back and update this. So for first one, 250, 1,250, and let's take another look at 3,100. 3,100. So the last one is going to be 500 divided by 40, so $1,250. All right, so now let's take a look at our ACWP. ACWP. So that's exactly, you know, the value of, you know, the actual cost we have in this table. All right, so now I think we've got everything. Everything is 100% line up with what we have calculated in by hand. So now let's try to perform this in a graph. So you actually need to go to your report and get the cash flow. All right. All right, so in the beginning, probably you may see some really weird graph. You know, we need to do some customization. So now let's go back to edit the time scale by days, and I want this to be format as like day 1 to 3. You know, you can just come up with your own. And the start dates, you know, since we would like to start at May 1st 2020, and the finish, since, you know, the update date is May 7th, so let's just put the finish at the May 7th. All right, so hopefully it's much better now. So we would like to include ACWP, BCWP, BCWS, and the cost. All right, so I don't want accumulated cost. Let's get rid of that. So now you've got everything: ACWP, BCWP, and BCWS shown in this graph. And you know, if you look at all the information right over here, so you can have a more detailed table about earned value analysis. So all right, I think by watching this video, you guys should be able to figure out how to perform earned value analysis for your final project. So good luck.